Welcome to That's Good Broncos. I am Brandon Perna. This is your Broncos versus Bears post-game recap. And shit, I forgot how much work watching the game, taking notes, and tweeting is. Honestly, that's probably harder than actually playing in the game. So thanks again. You guys are already off to a great start. Sending in preseason intros, roll them.
That's Good Broncos! That's Good Broncos!
My name is Jeff.
And my name is Zach.
We're at the Bears game, and that's Good Broncos!
The Chicago Bears lost to the Denver Broncos in terrific fashion, 24-17, but the real loser of the night was this dude who proposed to his woman at a Miami Dolphins preseason game. So, babe, I can't afford to take you to a regular season Dolphins game. This diamond is not real. Jay Cutler is our quarterback. Water levels are rising faster in Florida than anywhere else in the world, but we have pretty good sex and mostly enjoy each other's company, so you want to get hitched? She said yes, but was seen after the game blowing Jay Cutler's best friend, Adam Gase. That's Good Broncos. You know what's cooler than wearing a backwards hat? This episode being sponsored by SeatGeek. You can download the SeatGeek app with the link in my description. Use my promo code ThatsGood to get $20 off of your first order. You can order Broncos tickets, Bears tickets if you want to keep seeing your team lose. The app is really user-friendly. They rank the ticket prices so you know whether or not you're getting a good deal, and you can preview the seat that you want to buy. They have photos from every seat. Check it out. That's good. $20 off your order. I'd say the Denver defense is ready to go. Chris Harris, Talib, Mike Glennon on the Bears' third offensive play of the game. That pick six was caused by Kasim Edebali getting pressure on the right side. This is very good news. A big concern heading into this game was the depth at the outside linebacker position with Shane Ray and Shaq Barrett having injuries. Edebali played well. You know who did not play well? Was the broadcast team, the 9 News broadcast team. They missed the Broncos' first 3 plays because they went to commercial break when they shouldn't have, and they came back and said they had technical difficulties. That's not technical difficulties. That's just a fuck up. Somebody fucked up. All right? Don't lie to us. And more importantly, don't force us to miss the first 3 snaps of offensive football that we have seen since January. But moving on, the offense moved the ball well early on because they were aided by 30 yards of penalties. Then back-to-back penalties in the red zone forced Denver to settle for a Brandon McManus gooch splitter. I thought Garrett Bowles started the game well, fighting just about on half of his snaps. I think this means he's going to be a good left tackle. Or he will retire with more personal fouls than any other player in NFL history. Elway may have done a good job drafting Bowles. It's too soon to tell, but it was a fun start for the left tackle. If you're a Bears fan watching this video by accident, I can say you should be excited about what you saw from Mitch I love to kiss titties Tribusky. Mike Glennon, the supposed starter, finished the day with a pick 6 and a 0.0 passer rating. It's early, but John Fox, just go ahead and fucking start Mitch Trubisky. Keep Sanchez so you have one quarterback who looks good with his shirt off, and trade Glennon for a pass rusher. Boom, I just fixed your entire season, Chicago. On the injury front, Billy Wynn got hurt at the end of the first quarter. Looked like a knee injury. Hopefully it's not serious. I thought we'd see Tyreek Jarrett get more snaps after Wynn went down, but it was Kerr who played for the majority of the game, and he played pretty good. Kerr is also a giant man. He batted down a pass and was caught eating some grass when he was laying on the ground at one point. Isaiah McKenzie has chosen to wear the number 84. It's weird seeing a guy that small wearing that number. I just always picture Shannon Sharpe in 84. So Not an important observation, but an observation. Trevor Siemian did look a little bit better than Paxton Lynch, but honestly, I don't think either QB really played long enough to get a good evaluation. Lynch had a few overthrows early, Siemian was safe with the football, and neither QB could find Emmanuel Sanders because he's tiny now. I knew this would happen as soon as he started hanging out with Rick Moranis. Honey, I Shrunk a Football Player will be out just in time for Christmas. Siemian finished the game 6 of 7 for 51 yards and had a drive, like I said, ended in a field goal. Paxton Lynch was 6 of 9 for 42 yards. They combined for 0 touchdown passes, but shared a lot of laughs and smiles eating sunflower seeds on the sideline. I thought the refs did well early on, throwing as many goddamn flags as they possibly could. The first quarter was rough with penalties. Special teams coverage units for the Broncos did not look great. I want Brock Olivo to be the best special teams coach in the league. I want him to be the best ever. But the guy he's replacing, Joe DeCamillis, was very good at his job. So, want to see some improvement there. Carlos Henderson had a rough night, dropping both his kick return opportunities. He struggled with dropped passes all of training camp. I hope he can get out of his own head and just start playing, because when he was drafted, I think we were all excited to see him shine bright like a diamond. Henderson, that's what we want. The bright spots, speaking of brightness, on special teams was Khalif Raymond. He had 2 long returns on the evening. I think he had 2 chances to return punts, so he made the most of those opportunities. Isaiah McKenzie only had 1, but was tackled after a couple yards. Khalif is showing he wants to earn a roster spot, and he may get it if he can also do kick returns as well. In terms of the guys fighting for spots in the secondary, Chris Lewis-Harris and Brendan Langley had some breakdowns in pass coverage. The touchdown pass to Victor Cruz by the Bears was a result of Langley and Lewis-Harris not knowing which guy to cover on a short crossing route that essentially forced both Bronco defenders to cover the wrong guy. The surprise back there was safety Orion Stewart, who may be more like Darian Stewart than Chris Lewis-Harris is like Chris Harris. Now, if I'm being honest, I didn't know who the hell Orion Stewart was before this game. But Orion, I see you now. Orion Stewart looks fast for a safety. He's number 36, he's from Baylor, he's a rookie free agent, and I saw him break on 2 plays thinking he was a corner, which is a compliment because he looks very athletic. It's hard, he's number 36, and I'm so used to that being Kayvon Webster. But he's not, and he may end up being the 5th safety on the team if the Broncos do keep 5 safeties. I believe he did suffer an injury late in the game. Don't know if it's serious or not. I was impressed with Cody Latimer, who played well with all 3 quarterbacks. He finished the game with 7 receptions for 54 yards. He typically plays well in preseason, but I think this is finally the year he gets a lot of playing time during the regular season. It's going to be his breakout year. The fourth quarter was pretty exciting. I thought the Broncos were going to lose 17-10, but then Kyle Sloter got hot, like the planet Mercury. Oh, what? You don't think that makes any goddamn sense? Well, I was inspired by Aqib Talib's post-game wardrobe when he was interviewing Chris Harris. Sloter finished his first NFL game with a perfect 158.3 passer rating. He was 5 of 6 for 94 yards, and a long 47-yard bomb to the human joystick Isaiah McKenzie for a touchdown. Slaughter had all day to throw that pass. McKenzie had about 20 yards of separation from the nearest shitty Bears defender. It was cool, but it was mostly a result of horrendous Chicago defense. Also, after the play, Kyle Sloter took his helmet off, and I can say for sure he fucked way more in college than Siemian and Lynch. So he's got that going for him too. This touchdown pass tied the game, and then we saw just how talented running back De'Angel Henderson is. He got the Broncos the victory on a draw play that went for a 41-yard big dick touchdown. He finished the game with 7 rushes for 57 yards and 1 TD. And he would have had more yards had his first 20 runs not been called back because of penalties. I've been saying it all preseason, this guy has the juice that Vance Joseph drinks every night before he goes to bed and puts on his sleep apnea mask. I want to see Henderson get reps with the ones next week behind CJ Anderson. He deserves a chance to make this team and be the most important part of the offense. MVP for De'Angel Henderson. That's about it. Also, I'm not going to be doing the full game recaps with the highlights in the preseason. I'll explain why later, maybe at some point, but Thanks for watching another episode of That's Good Broncos. Subscribe here on YouTube. If you're already subscribed, click that little bell next to the subscribe button so you get notifications when I upload. Thank you for joining me during the game on Twitter. I appreciate all of the support. Yippity-doo.